Hello Gemini, welcome to your May reading. It's Maria from Wandering River Tarot. Just wanted to say welcome and thank you to everyone who has liked, shared, subscribed, all my new people. People who bought readings, people who have supported me in any way. I thank you and I love you. So, for the month of May, I've already got your reading laid out to avoid all that pesky shuffling time that nobody likes. So, what it looks like you're working on this month, we have the Fool card. That's what you're working on. You're working on a new beginning, taking a leap of faith, trusting the universe. That's what you're working on. That sounds fun. Where are we going? All right. So your current energy is the moon. Hidden things coming to light. This could be hidden skills that you have within you. It could be hidden feelings. It could be... I'm getting that this is more within you than in other people. Like, people aren't coming at you with these giant revelations, although for some of you that could be the case. But I feel like this is more self-discovery. Like, stuff that you didn't know was within you is coming out to either be healed or to help you in some way. And the energy that's working upon you is the Page of Cups. So that's words of love. That's messages of love. It could literally be someone is telling you they love you. It could just be supportive words that people are giving to you, or it could even be supportive messages that you're getting from the universe or from inside yourself. Since you are sitting in the energy of hidden things and it feels like it's within you, you could suddenly be realizing your self-worth. So that's not a terrible thing. So your recent past, you have the Four of Swords. You probably had a time of rest and reflection. You probably figured some things out, found some things that weren't working for you. You went within and did that kind of resting, healing work on yourself, which is always a good thing. Your near future is the Two of Pentacles. You're going to have a little bit of a juggling time. Do I want this? Do I want that? You might have a few opportunities that are coming up for you that you have to choose between. Maybe even a couple of people that you have to choose between. Because you are a Gemini. You got that charisma. People like you. People want to be near you. Could be something like that. We have here what the universe is giving you in this situation is strength. You are taming the beast within. You also just, you know, have the fortitude and the strength to get where you want to go and what you want to do. So that's a good thing coming from the universe. I feel like that's part of this kind of internal healing, resting period that you've had. You just kind of stopped, you took a breath, and then you sort of started to work your light and dark sides together a little bit. You kind of tamed all that sort of roaring insecurity and that sort of thing that was inside of you. So yeah, the universe is helping you with that. What you have within you that's helping you at this time is the card of the liar, the cheat, and the sneak. I feel like that's not saying you're a bad person. I think that that's saying that you have the ability to kind of fly under the radar. Let me explain that. Geminis are super charismatic. People want to be around them. They're kind of the life of the party. But I think you also have this ability to be out and among people, but have them not really know you, if that makes sense. You're not sharing too much of your own internal, personal kind of stuff, and that's working for you this month. So I think it's kind of, you're still kind of hanging into this time of reflection and inward stuff, and you're figuring some things out, and it's just not time for those to meet the light of day yet, if that makes sense in your situation. So whatever it is that you're working on, fly under the radar for a little while longer before you let whatever that is out. So then what the universe wants you to know, anxiety, because Geminis are made of charisma and anxiety in equal parts, right? You need to realize that these kind of turbulent mental times, this angst, this sort of sleepless nights is not going to last forever. It's not going to last forever. You're going to get out of it with all of the things inside of you that are coming out, that are kind of helping you in this situation, and the fact that the universe is giving you strength. You're not going to be caught there for long. Try not to focus on it. I know that's hard for an air sign, especially. You're all up in your head all the time, but try to focus on other things. Maybe that's part of this juggling that you're going to be doing is, you know, getting out of your head and getting more into the physical. Exercise. Exercise is coming up big for everybody. Like, get off some of that, you know, angsty energy. So what's working for you is the Five of Pentacles. You are feeling kind of lost and lonely a little bit. You're going through a little bit of a transition, it looks like. I see this as being more of an internal, mental, emotional, spiritual sort of transition than a physical one. You're kind of changing who you are, how you see things. It's not a death. I don't have the death card anywhere here. I don't have any of those, like the Tower. I don't have any of that traumatic change. This is just kind of like, not satisfied. My friends group, like my tribe, isn't really speaking to me anymore. I mean, not that they're not talking to you, but that they're spiritually, like they don't speak to your heart anymore. They don't feel maybe like they're the best thing for you, and you're kind of trying to make that transition kind of to a new group of people or a new way of being or doing new things. It's not traumatic, but it's going to be transformative in the long run, if that makes sense. What's working against you is the Sun. Now, I see this as being, I mean, what's working against you is ultimate happiness. Yay. No, what's working against you is your ideal of what life should be. You're pushing yourself towards this vision that you have in your head of what you want your life to be. And we all need a vision, right? We can't, you know, physically get to where we want to be without an idea of where we're going. We can't manifest unless we have some idea of what we want to do and, you know, what we want to get out of it. But your ideal is holding you back. Take a second look at what your vision for the future is. I think you need to open it up a little bit. I think that you're playing too small. I think that you are, you know, you're saying, I want this job in this city making this amount of money, when the reality kind of ends up being that once you get that, you don't like the city that you live in, the job is unsatisfying, and the amount of money doesn't make up for the cost of living in that city, or some situation like that, right? So it doesn't have to be just a job or a move or whatever, but whatever situation you're working on is, you need to, and that goes back to your main energy of the month, is that the Fool card. Take a leap of faith, right? Put it in the universe's hands. Say, I want these things or better. Open it up. Let the universe give you what's best for you, because the universe knows a lot more than we do. And we hate to admit that, but it's true. It's true. So open yourself up. And let the universe give you what it wants to give you, because it wants to give you all the things you need, all the things you want. There's enough out there for everybody. So your outcome card is the Lovers. This is the Gemini card. It could also be choices in relationships. It could be that through this change that you're making internally, it could be that, first of all, I see this as coming back to yourself, if that makes sense. You are getting more in touch with who you actually are, doing the things that serve who you actually are, as opposed to serving the group around you. You're doing more things to feed your soul, as opposed to just kind of going, excuse me, as opposed to just kind of going with the flow. You're trying to find ways to make you happy, ways to feed your soul. So that is a very good thing. I also see that there may be some choices in relationships due to this. You sort of emotionally evolving is uncomfortable for some people. They don't like you changing and becoming somebody other than who you are to them. To them. I can't talk today. My apologies. I feel like maybe you're going to be leaving some people behind, and that's always a hard thing, but it's going to be for your greater good in the long run, because you're going to be able to get to where you want to be. So that is very good. So the Unseen is your first oracle card. Too much is hidden from you. This goes back to the Moon, which is your energy for the month, right? So we've got all kinds of hidden things. That card looks a little ominous, in all honesty. It looks a little ominous. But I think that this is the stuff inside of you, again, that's coming out. There is a light. It looks like a grimace, like a skeleton grimace, but it's a light, right? So it could just be that the light within you is coming out. Something is being illuminated inside of you, something that has been maybe pushed way to the bottom. It could be a long-held trauma. It could be a long-ignored skill that you have never utilized, that's coming up to be used. I feel like it's not as big and bad and scary as this card makes it look. It doesn't feel creepy, you know, it doesn't feel hurtful and horrible. It feels more like something that's going to help you move forward. So we also have slow and steady. So Taurus season, May in general, is a good time to be slow and steady, to make forward progress, but calculated, stable forward progress. It's going to be really long lasting as opposed to something quick and sudden. So that is, you're kind of operating under the general energy of Taurus season, which is going to serve you. So whatever this change you're making, it's not like you have to dump all your friends overnight, get rid of your boyfriend or husband or girlfriend or whatever, and, you know, run and join the circus. It's, you know, slow and steady change. Maybe you go out to the bar one less night a week and go to yoga class instead, and you just keep kind of building on that until you're finally living the life that you want to live and getting back to being Gemini, you know? Then we also have here, the angel of self-worth. You are currently undervaluing yourself. It's time to regain your self-worth. That also goes with this sun card that's holding you back, where you're playing too small. You're thinking of yourself as, oh, well, I only want to make, you know, $30,000 a year, and I only want to live 20 miles from home because I just, you know, I'm not good enough or cool enough to get any better than that. Stop that. Don't do that. You are worth whatever it is that you want. Honestly, you can get there. You need to take the steps yourself, but you need to also put your trust in the universe, which is your Fool card, and taking a leap of faith with it. So, oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. Please let me not sneeze on camera. I don't know how to edit things. I'm a little bit technologically savvy, but also busy in editing. It ain't gonna happen. So if I sneeze, my apologies, kids. But yeah, you're undervaluing yourself in some way. And that could be all this hidden stuff that's coming up, is maybe it's self-worth issues that are coming up to be healed that you've kind of pushed down for a really long time. And then the last card that I got for you is Beyond the Mind, the Heart Beats. So what I get with this is mentally get out your own way. This is also the cover art, or the backing of the cards. So to me, that's kind of a, I don't know, whenever I get a card the art of the card itself is the back of the card, I feel like it's an extra like punch, like you really need to get this message. So get out of your head. Easier said than done for an air sign, I know. I have Gemini rising and I live in my head. It's amazing. So you need to sink down into your body and get into your heart space. And that's going to not only help you clear up these self-worth issues that you are having and get them out your way so that you can, you know, get what you want and come back to being fucking charming as hell Gemini. And I am also getting binaural beats, right? Have you ever listened to binaural beats? I don't know, for some reason this card screams that at me. There's all kinds of free apps and there's all kinds of free YouTube videos of binaural beats. So find one that kind of goes with whatever it is that you're working on here. Something with self-worth for sure. If your new start, if your leap of faith is regarding finances, find one that has to do with finances. If it's, you know, in relationships, find one that has to do with relationships. Definitely find one with self-worth and self-love and that sort of thing. Do some chakra clearing, I'm getting. But yeah, once you can find a way to quiet your mind, your heart will be able to speak to you and you'll be able to hear what it's telling you, which is going to help you to move forward and get to where you want to be. But don't play too small, damn it. Get out of your own way. Quit playing small. Take your leap of faith. The universe is trying to hand you, you know, your new start, your new venture, and your internal self-worth issues are kind of holding you back. So that's what I get for you, my Geminis. Thank you for coming. Thank you for all of your love and support. I appreciate every one of you, and I will talk to you in June. Have a lovely May.